আচ্ছা, আচ্ছা। Good job. Vacation time. That's what very important. The act that they want to spread out. While that we not taking out of
Again, I'm giving a couple more minutes. I'm gonna say 7:15 start. All right, let's give 6 minutes for more members to come in.
the 40%, we pay 20%.
Now Shin, or Sharif, did you get a flyer from Assembly Members Chandler Waterman's office? It's posted on the website for Saturday, right? Can you also send it out? Okay, are we able to send that out electronically to community members? Okay, all right, thanks. Again, it's now 7:11, so 4 more minutes, we'll start. Just wait in. Yes, ma'am. Okay. No, no, I'm gonna miss you. I moved it. They voted to move it. Not me. Yeah, I
Rudy
did. I
was
said
17,
no.
right?
But you've been moved up on the agenda. Stop whining. Okay. Did pull this up. Okay. All right, 7:12, a couple more minutes.
One time, we got shopping for a bunch of things. The recommendation that we should entertain the body so bills. A motion uh, to cancel December government.
So do I have a second on the second? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. So first, Yvonne, are you doing the first motion? Yvonne, is there a motion? No, it is. You can. Nita, okay, so,
All right, it is 7:15. So, Ms. Frazier, Ms. Farah, are we recording? Okay, so I will proceed. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The time is now 7:15. My name is Roderick Daly, Chair of Community Board 17. I now call the meeting to order. The first item on our agenda is the chairperson's report. My report. First of all, greetings to everyone. We've made it through another month. All of us were here, so thank God for that. Just want to remind everyone of the rules. We do follow Robert's rules. You're only allowed to speak once in an issue before anybody else speaks. You will have 2 minutes for testimonials, 3 to 5 minutes for your presentations to any agencies. Please note that you have between 3 to 5 minutes, closer to 3, right? But if it's something a lot, you get 5 minutes. You'll hear the gavel go off. Don't feel bad. Or I would yell out 1 minute, 30 seconds and so forth, so you'll know. This is something dear to me, right? This month is Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month. So just a little fact. It is expected that over 67,000 people will be diagnosed with this type of cancer. It is the third leading cause of death of all cancers in the United States. I'm only talking about United States. It is also predicted, grimly, that 85% of those individuals who unfortunately is diagnosed with this disease will die within the first 6 months. 97% of them will die within the first year. I personally have to give God thanks because December 4th coming, it will be 5 years that I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And whenever I go to the doctor, my doctor says to me, "You still here? You still here?" And I just say, thank God for that. So right now they say little or no sign. So I thank God for everything. So ladies and gentlemen, pancreatic cancer, when it's diagnosed, is generally, why the numbers are so bad is that it's normally diagnosed at stage 4. So if you're losing weight, you're not eating, you're more lethargic, lazy. You're not lazy, something might be wrong. You start getting diabetes, your sugar start going up, things like that. Those are some things that will affect it. She's not here right now, but for the record, since we can't wait, I want to publicly thank our second vice chair, Montserrat Oni, for her work last month in October for the first street fair for the community board, not 17 on October 19. She worked hard, almost on a task by herself as the only board member day in and day out. She was assisted by our ADM and DM and a couple other board members to get it done. I also want to thank all of the board members who attended the street fair, and hopefully next year, I hear there's a cry to get another street fair up and coming. So we're looking forward to that. Thanksgiving. I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. But remember something very important. Every holiday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and holidays like those, right? People is very lonely for a lot of people. So if you know an elderly, especially the elderly, if you know an elderly person, do reach out, give a phone call, contact them, say hello, invite them over to dinner, bring them a plate of dinner, whatever you need to do around that time. And I wish everyone a joyful Thanksgiving. I would like to say hi and welcome back to one of our former board members, Joanne Lewis. Please just stand and wave and say hello. Oh my God. Just stand, say hello, everybody. Thank you. On Saturday, there'll be an event at PS 135. Most of you should have gotten the flyer. It's an event around mental health as well. Also, there'll be a concert, a performance during the day by Buster Rhymes, our Brooklyn own Buster Rhymes, and that will be at PS 135, which is right at Schenectady, Linden, and Church Avenue. All right. So come out, enjoy. Sponsored by Assembly Member Monique Chandler Waterman. And we're partnering with Community Board 17 to get that done. Also on Monday, there'll be another farmers market or farmers stand at Mile 11. The last one was very successful. Mile 11 is right at the corner of Beverly and Ralph, between 2:30 and 5. So do come out and support. We want fresh produce. We want fresh food, organic food, or whatever they call it, for us to eat. The board is sponsoring, partnering with them to get it done on Mile 11. So please do come out and support. I would like to introduce in the back, I'm going to screw up the first name, but it's Nkoma, Anora. Please come forward and let everybody see you. She is now our college aide hire in the board, and she will be with us until at least the end of December, right? So at least that. And she's doing some wonderful things helping out with the board. Lastly, Brookdale CAB. Janice Reed, for a number of years, sat on the Community Advisory Board, the CAB, Community Advisory Board for Brookdale. And so they've asked for a member, one of our members, to be back on the board. It is an executive board position. You'll be able to come back and report what has happened. Ms. Reed has retired from the board, and she's taking it easy. So is there a board member who's interested in sitting on Brookdale CAB? You normally have a meeting on one Monday a month to discuss whatever issues around the hospital, what needs to be done. Is there a member who is willing to volunteer to be part of that? We do need one.
Repeat that? Can you repeat that?
Is there a member, a community board member, who would like to volunteer to be the representative from Community Board 17 on Brookdale CAB? So on the CAB, you discuss things that relates to the hospital. How's the hospital doing? What are they doing? How is it affecting the community? Things like that. So you've played an integral role in the decision-making for our board, right? Is there any board member who's interested? That's Tricia. I will talk a little bit more about that. And thank you. Miss Frazier, can you just write down Tricia's name for the CAB for me? Tricia Lewison. Thank you. That ends my report. I will now give, are there any questions related to my report?
A comment, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
In your report, you failed to make mention of the fact that the first annual fair was proposed by me. I made the motion. And that in the months of July and August, I spent extensive time. Oh, okay, my apologies. Is it on?
It's on.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Mr. Chair, in your report, you failed to mention that I was the one who proposed the first annual fair, and that in the months of July and August, I spent extensive time working to get the city agencies and other entities' participation. And it was only because the district office failed to get the required street permit, we were not able to have it on September 18th. And at that point, the second chair took over because I could not continue, and it was held in October.
Duly noted. Any other comments for my report? See none. District Manager Frazier.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to attend tonight's meeting. Since our last meeting in October, there has been a number of activities inside and outside of the office. The office now has a permanent staff on board. So members, please note, I want to really stress this, that when we hire a staff, it's not my doing. Staffs are hired by the community board. And the manager employs such additional personnel as the board may authorize. So with the permanent staff now on board, we have been working diligently on upgrading the board's office, conducting community research and brainstorming on ways we could reach more residents in our community. Within the past 2 weeks, we have added over 100 residents to our email listserv. And this week, we will be emailing committee applications to those residents, encouraging them to join the committee of their choice. As we all know, committees play a very important role in the board's decision-making. So if you are present in person, or if you're present online, I encourage you to visit our website and complete the committee registration form. We also have forms in the back. Anyone here in person, feel free to complete that form and you could give it to one of the staff. If you're no longer receiving notices from the board, please contact us so that we could review, take a look at our email listing. I have decided to assign one staff in the office to handle all complaints. And in her absence, Ms. Farah, our ADM, will be handling community complaints. So please continue to call us. Continue to call the board and submit your complaints to the office. We were fortunate to receive 500 leaf bags, and I know the leaves are all over Brooklyn, but we were fortunate to receive 500 leaf bags. And by the time I put the sign up, free leaf bags, I think within a week, they were all gone, not enough. I did reach out to sanitation again and requested another 500. I'm waiting on the agency's response. We're thankful that we have completed our fiscal year 2026 capital and expense budget. Thank you, Ms. Farah. Thank you, Mr. McCabe, and to you, the community residents, for your input. We look forward to more participation next year. Mr. Daly introduced the intern. Thank you, Ms. Anora, for your service to our community. Last month, I attended a roundtable meeting with the mayor and his cabinet, including the commissioner, and I used that opportunity to advocate for more manpower. The deputy commissioner of the NYPD was there, and I used that opportunity to advocate for more resources for our precinct, manpower, vehicles, etc. I know the windows are in need of repairs and all of the other things that goes with making the men and women that serve our community a little more comfortable, a home away from home. Additionally, last week, there was a meeting at Brooklyn Borough Hall with the borough president. Brooklyn district managers were invited to participate in that meeting. That meeting was centered around establishing a central staff for community boards. And this is really, we've been asking for that for quite some time. And this is really the first time this subject has been formally added to a meeting agenda for discussion. We have to go back the first week in December. I plan on being there as we continue having a discussion and brainstorming on how this can be possible. I reported a few months ago that District Service Cabinet, I reported to the executive members that my district, I paused on District Service Cabinet because of the environment in the office and lack of staffing. It took some time for us to really get the office under control and get lots of work done. Contrary to popular belief, I did have a District Service Cabinet meeting last year. If you're interested in the minutes, the agenda, the cabinet agenda and meeting minutes, please feel free to reach out to the office, but my last meeting was last year. And I did inform the members that I am scheduled to have a meeting this month. Unfortunately, anyone that visits the board's office knows that as soon as you open the door, you're right there in the meeting area. And then in the back area, it's right there with the staff. So I was actually looking for a space. I had some difficulties, so I've resorted to a virtual meeting. So yes, as promised, I will resume my DSC meetings again next month. I want to encourage our community partners to share your information with us, flyers, any information that we can post on our website to alert the community of your activities. Please feel free to send it to us, and we will definitely post it on our website. And in closing my report, I want you to know the past few weeks have proven to be very difficult for me personally. Very difficult past few weeks. But regardless, I chose to remain professional and perform my duties and responsibilities to the board and the community at large. And that ends my report. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. If you have no questions, I'll yield the floor back to the chairperson.
Are there any questions for the district manager? First Vice Chair?
Ms. Fraser,
Yes.
I got a call from a community. Can you hear me?
Yes.
From a community resident stating that she went to the office and it was closed last week. Can you give me the hours so I can relate
What
back
day
to her?
last week did she go there and
I
what
don't-
time?
I didn't find out all that detail. I just
need
wanted
to
to get the
know. I
hours.
am there every day in the office from,
She said it was in the morning hours.
I need to know the days because last week I did have a few morning doctor's appointment. I am
Could've
not sure
could've
what
been
time
one
the
of
office
those days.
open, but I can assure you, I am usually there sometimes from around 8. A matter of fact, I'm there so early and they're starting to, the residents would just knock on the door that I had to print some signs, even though I'm inside and the office is open, I had to make up some signs and put on the door and the side window to let them know the office opens at 9 a.m.
Okay,
So the
so what
office is
time? 9?
9 a.m. Miss Lyons is part-time. So she is there sometimes from 9:30 to 5:30,
To 3? Okay, so I'll give.
Monday through Thursday, whenever she's at work. And if she's not there, the office closes at 5 p.m. If I have extra work to do, I usually stay there until my work is finished. I really don't look at the time. But I know last week,
I'll
I
pass
had
it.
some morning
No problem.
appointments. Yes.
Thank you.
Any other question? Hearing none, Mr. Chair, I yield the floor back to you. Thank you.
Also, just to point out that the community assistant has been out she was out pretty much all of last week,
Oh,
Nadine.
yes.
Yeah,
She
so
was
that-
out all week. So the office closed at 5 p.m.
All right. Any other questions for the district manager? All right, thank you. Seeing none, let's move on to the next item on the agenda. We have the committee report. I have asked committee chairs to submit their committee in writing, but I'm going to call each chair. If you yield your time, please let me know that. Budget. Quickly. If you followed by commerce, followed by education. So please come in that order. I just stand up and say I yield my time when it comes to you. Go ahead.
Okay, Dan McCabe, Budget Chair. Sorry, I didn't submit it in writing, but this year's district needs report, which updates the concerns of the community and requests specific funding for projects and initiatives to be included in the city budget. It was, as Ms. Fraser alluded to in her report, it was submitted on time, which I don't know if that's a great feat, but I know it was hard last year, so I'm happy that that happened. I want to thank the members of the community for speaking up between the online survey that the board had, the forms that were in the back of the meeting, and we had a lot of feedback at the CB17 Street Fair. We got a lot of ideas. We were able to assess where the community wanted to focus the attention of the community board. And we were able to edit and build off of last year's submission. I would like to thank Tashina Buffalo at the Department of City Planning. She helped review and gave us some feedback before the final submission. And I want to give much thanks and gratitude to the district manager, Fraser, and the assistant DM, Farah. They really took charge in getting a lot of ink on the page after all these ideas came through, and that was great. And then one note, a lot of the surveys yielded good ideas, but they weren't quite appropriate for the scope of the district needs report, but they were good ideas that could go to each of the various committees. So it made me see the value of folks going to the various committee meetings, because a lot of these things could be done at that level. And secondly, any information that we received that couldn't be used in our report will be passed to the appropriate committee. So I thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Commerce, followed by education, followed by housing.
Good evening, everyone. Hassan Bakardine, Commerce Committee Chair. So I'm going to be very brief with my report. We just had our meeting last night, so, got a lot of stuff going on. We have an upcoming on-site visit with Bamboo Walk as part of our ongoing effort to help with bringing more visibility to our small business community, as well as the resources. We've got our monthly newsletter that we do in the back as well. And we also completed our small business spotlight, which we spotlighted Lily's Restaurant as well. So we'll be continuing to do that. And if you have any questions, I'm right over there. But thank you.
Education. Thank you, Madam Chair. Housing. You gotta come forward, come forward, come forward. Thank you. Land use. Go ahead. Followed by parks, followed by public safety.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Great. On October 23rd, last month, the city council, or actually the zoning franchises subcommittee, hosted a public hearing for the city of Yes housing opportunity. It was a 12-hour session where many stakeholders came out, which underscores the importance of community participation. Notably, approximately 44% of community boards actually showed support for the initiative. I just wanted to make that clear to everyone here. And most of which have protections in place, such as historical districts, et cetera, and others, particularly in areas of our community, like, for instance, like College Point, who are underdeveloped. They had concerns, but they also supported the initiative. One observation was that there were several lobbyists, in a 12-hour session on one day and a 5-hour session on day two. You could see that there were several people in support, which speaks to the importance of having participation and having your voices rendered. The borough president was also in attendance. Obviously, historically, he's been in full support. That stance didn't change. And as a response, a group of city council members did generate a plan called City for All, which is changes to various portions of the plan. At this time, the final version of City of Yes is going to be voted on in the coming days. We won't really know what that version looks like until that vote gets placed. And once I do, please attend the next land use meeting and we'll discuss it in detail. All right. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And use parks and beautification, followed by public safety, followed by sanitation.
Good evening. Tree lighting ceremony with toys giveaway in partnership with Councilmember Farah Lewis is scheduled for December 20th, 2024 at 4 p.m. at Paddock Park. We We're accepting donations and toys for this event. Please reach out to CB17 office for more information and to find out how to volunteer at sfrazier@cb.nyc.gov. On November 2nd, 2024, we had It's My Park Day cleaning and planning project at Railroad Park. We planted daffodils and did a walkthrough with Councilmember Banks from the 42nd Council District to assess the immediate needs of this park. The community will be invited to the next project. On November 15th, 2024, we posted a statement following the fire in Prospect Park and asked the community to avoid smoking in the park to protect our parks and our community. To all Parks and Beautification Committee members, please remember to fill out the Google form sent to you on November 12th, 2024 by Ms. Farah to confirm your committee membership. Our Parks and Beautification survey is now closed. For advice and suggestions on any Community Board 17 parks, please email Chair Antoine or me, Co-Chair Lewison, at bkcb17parksandbeautification@gmail.com. Our next meeting is scheduled for December 3rd, 2024 on WebEx. That's it, and no report for bylaws.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any questions for the co-chair of Parks and Beautification? See none. Public safety?
All right, good night, everyone. Public safety in particular. We know about the wildfires that's happening in Jersey. You could still smell some of the burning from those wildfires. People that have difficulties breathing, they're advising, if you don't have to be outside, don't come outside, minimize your contact with it in terms of the wildfires and those smoke that's coming. Basically, what's happening, we are in a drought per se. We are, all the reservoirs, etc., have been very low, and that has contributed to the excessive fires that's happening in New Jersey, and we are part of that, getting some of the residual from that. In terms of transportation, so the congestion pricing is back on January 5th, okay? If you are coming off of the West Side Highway or the FDR, those, if you are traveling on those, you don't have to pay any tolls. Once you take an exit off of those, you will be paying a toll, okay? So now it's for you to plan, because there are going to be more people on public transportation, et cetera, you have to plan accordingly. It's back on. Instead of 15, it's 9. We could have continued discussion at my monthly meeting, which is the last Wednesday, the fourth Wednesday, sorry, of the month. We're going to go through some different ways of trying to deal with this new additional situation. Thank you very much.
Are there any questions for the Public Safety Chair? Hearing none. My name is June Prasad. I'm the first Vice Chair. I just got promoted while Mr. Chair is out. The next on the agenda is Sanitation Chair. Can you please step up if you have a report? If not, you can yield your time. Thank you, sir. Social Service Committee? Personnel Committee, you have a report? Thank you, ma'am. Postal Service? You yield your time. Thank you. Communication Bylaws Committee, do you have a report? Thank you, ma'am. Moving right along. Agency report, I just saw a group of police officers graceless with their present. Can you please step up, sir? I apologize for not knowing your name. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Captain John Schillinger from the 6th Precinct, one of the executive officers over there. I'm filling in today for Inspector Kozak. She wasn't able to make the meeting today. So thank you for having me. I really appreciate being here. And I'm just going to fill you in a few things about the precinct so far, and some good things to highlight for the men and women of the 6th Precinct. Just to start off, violence is always our #1 priority. Right now, through the year, we currently sit at approximately 24 shootings compared to 32 last year. So we're making great strides to ensure that the community is safe. And along with that, we have 160 gun arrests and 133 guns were taken off the street. So that's an increase for the amount of guns we took off the street last year. So really trying to paint a picture for you of how hard they're working out there. Along with that, we have approximately 4,600 arrests through the year so far, compared to 3,300 last year. So about a 1,300 increase in arrests the entire year, which again, really shows how hard they're working out there. Now, getting away from enforcement, sticking with enforcement, traffic is always a very important issue here in the community to make sure, we are safe out there. You guys are safe out there with vehicle traffic, pedestrian traffic. So far this year, we are down in overall collisions significantly. We are up in traffic enforcement by 4,000 summonses. So we are out there. We are addressing these issues with traffic-related issues that we see in the community. And to further go on for traffic-related issues, I understand that parking is an issue here in the 67th precinct. So far we've had 8 tow operations, 295 cars towed during those operations, and another tow operation scheduled for next month, where we look to address these issues. Parking enforcement also significantly up. I know double parkers has always been an issue here. This past week alone, 60 double parkers issued. We're really increasing our efforts there. And through the month, close to 250 double parkers issued. So we're really taking a look at these complaints and addressing them as such. Our NCOs, Sergeant Jonathan Gabby, doing a great job for us. 3 operations alone last week, addressing various complaints in the command. And, our goal is to address every single complaint that we come across. And, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here to address. We're here to work for you, protect the community. And, just to make sure that, you feel safe, your complaints are addressed properly. That's all I have.
Okay. Are there any questions for the captain?
I'm sorry. Oh, you good? I'm sorry. You good?
Yeah, Mr. Member Westcott. Chair Westcott.
Hi, how are you?
Step to the mic, please, and step to the mic and state your name so that they can hear for the record. It's not on. It's not on. It's not on.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't think your mic is on. Does anybody can?
Yes, recently I've been getting a lot of amps on my phone where the cops are concentrated. A lot of these people are selling stuff on the street. Is there a reason why recently they're picking up these people are selling merchants that are on the street? They've been doing a lot of arrests. Is there a reason why?
I'm sorry, so you're referring to people selling things on the street?
Those merchants on the street, illegal. I say legal, I don't know.
Well, I mean, we do have a number of illegal vending complaints that we did address. We did address an illegal vending operation this past week, selling alcohol on the street, unlicensed, so that could be related to your question. I'm not sure the specifics of.
Okay, I was told Utica and Church Avenue, where there's a lot of merchants over there. I was told that a lot of them was up against they had a lot of them up against the bank. I wasn't there.
Okay, so you're referring to people selling stuff along Church Avenue, and your question is to why they're being. Okay, well, there are certain laws in regards to selling merchandise. You have to have a vending license in the city of New York in order to sell merchandise legally on the street. It's in terms of like the specifics to what you're asking exactly. I don't have the exact arrests or enforcement in front of me where I can, properly answer your question. But, I will refer, I will be looking into your exact complaint to see, what exactly, what I can do.
I'm going to follow up with that question. A community member texted me. Let me actually read the text because that will be easier so I don't misquote her. 1 minute. So she asked the following: when I am on, I'm appalled at Utica Church. It looks like a ghetto. It's appalling. Does not reflect what BK is supposed to look like. Chicken is being jerked. No one is cleaning up. No one is being fined. The question, obviously, there is who finds if they're vending, selling. Who finds them if they're not same along the same strip of Church Avenue? Who finds these individuals if they're not doing healthy protocol?
So, I just want to make sure I'm answering this correctly. So basically the question you have is, is if there are people selling merchandise along Church Avenue.
Well, I think she's more concerned about the food and the food products being,
Oh, like the food
Yeah.
being sold on Church Avenue itself.
like the jerk spots and all of
I
these
see.
different-
Like, how do we determine what's legal for them to sell? Is that?
Well,
do I
not
have it
just,
correct?
no, to keep their area clean.
Oh, to keep it clean.
Yes, because she's saying that it's dirty and
Oh,
filthy.
in terms of like food on the ground?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Like if they're cooking their food, they're throwing, they're not
Right, so
disposing it
you're talking
properly.
about like health code violations?
Yes,
Yeah, I mean, in terms of, a lot of it could fall, would fall under the Department of Health. However, there are certain health code violations that the police department can address. We'd have to get, to look into it, and I have, my NCO sergeant here too, who's also listening. So, the complaints that I'm hearing now is something that, we would directly look into. If we are seeing certain health code violations that, for instance, food on the street, unsanitary conditions, that is something that we can, as, the police department can take a look at and decipher, okay, is this a police department issue that we can address immediately? Or, we contact the Department of Health, set up a joint operation, whatever we have to do to address that issue. So
all right. I'll answer her. Thank you.
Okay.
Captain. Any other question? One more. We'll take one more question and then we move on to the next agency. After that, anyone who has a question, please see the captain in the back.
Yeah, Marguerite Villante, a board member. Every time you report, you take guns off the street. Now, I've always been curious what happens to the guns that you take off the street? What do you do with them?
So I'm sorry, the question is, what happens to the
What do
guns?
you do with the guns that you take?
Okay, like what is the process with the
Yeah,
firearms?
do you destroy the guns? Do you-
Yes. Yes. So, first of all, once we do take a gun off the street, that we do process it, we send it to a laboratory. That's where we get an analysis of the firearm, determine if there's anything outstanding on the gun, where there might be prints, DNA. So it's not like we take the gun, throw it in a box and lock it away and that's it. We do a comprehensive analysis of that firearm to see if it matches up with any other shootings that happen around the city, around the country. It matches up, ballistics. So it's a very detailed process that goes through with the firearm. And eventually, if once the gun is deemed you're not connected to any further crimes, then eventually it will be destroyed.
Destroyed, okay, thank you.
No problem.
All right, thank you. I'll take it, Captain Schillinger. Did I pronounce that right? Schillinger. All right, thank you, Captain Schillinger.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Anybody who have any questions, please see Captain Schillinger in the back. All right, thank you very much. Any other agency? Library, Brooklyn Public Library, go ahead, come on up. Are there any other agencies? Which one? Brookdale, you're Wayne? Okay. Yes, go ahead. I'm saying, telling you to go to the line.
Hi, everybody. My name is John Huth. I'm the branch manager from the East Flatbush branch of the Brooklyn Public Library. We just want to let you know that we have our Brainy Babies program at the Rutgers branch and at the East Flatbush branch on Mondays and Fridays. We have Teen Tech Time on Thursdays 4 to 6. Kids Create also on Thursdays at 4 to 6. And we are also doing teen takeovers in the evening. Be on the lookout for that in your community, as well as adult technology programs. Thank you so much. You guys have a great evening. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Brookdale? Are there any other agencies? All right. We'll follow quickly to the community session. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Curtis Williams, Director of Community Affairs, One Brooklyn Health, Brookdale Hospital. I just have two short announcements. 3 weeks ago, we opened a new radiology area section in the hospital. With that section came a new MRI machine. The previous machine was 29 years old. The life of one of these machines is actually 10 to 12 years. So to say we were overdue, we were way overdue. So that section is currently open. That new section is currently open and is servicing patients as we speak. Also, some of you may know or some of you may not, we are currently building a new emergency room at Brookdale. With that comes new waiting area, new reception area, new CPAP area, new child pediatric area, as well as main section for patients and staff. Construction there has been going on now for at least a year. The first section of the emergency room should be done by the top of the year. That way they'll be able to start on the second section somewhere around the beginning or the end of January. And thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you very much for your report. All right, see no agency, community session. Each community member can get up and say whatever they need to say. You have 2 minutes. Not board members or anybody else, just community members. You can come to the podium. Make sure to state your name and affiliation with the community. Chair Frey, are you looking online to see if anybody have comments? All right, go ahead.
Good evening, members of the boards, neighbor, friends. My name is Christopher De La Peña, and I'm
I'm
here.
sorry, say your name a little slow for me.
Sorry?
Say the name again a little slower.
Christopher De La Peña.
Del Peña?
De La Peña, yeah.
De La Peña, okay.
And I'm here today to introduce legislation number 702, which calls for the establishment of an emergency student food plan in New York City. Food insecurity has long been a pressing issue in our city, particularly for low-income communities and communities of color. The COVID-19 pandemic magnified these disparities, leaving countless of families without access to food. And today, over 1 in 4 children in New York City are at risk for food insecurity. And over 900,000 children rely on free school meals. And when school doors close, those meals disappear. And with them, a sense of stability, health, and security. We all know that hunger is more than an empty stomach. It's a barrier to a child's development, education, and mental health. So without proper nutrition, children struggle to focus, their stress and anxiety increase, and their ability to thrive in school and in life diminishes. So legislation number 702 offers a clear and actionable solution. By requiring the creation of an emergency student food plan, this bill ensures that children will not go hungry during school closures. It outlines how food resources will be distributed equitably in a community's relevant language and with the coordination of key city agencies and community organizations. If this plan is successfully implemented, this framework will ease the financial burdens on families, reduce health disparities, and help our students stay healthy, focused, and ready to learn. This bill is not just a policy. This is a moral imperative. No child in our city should ever have to wonder when, where, and when their next meal will come from. So let's make sure students are fed, supported, and given the foundation they need to succeed, no matter the circumstances. Thank you.
You can come on up, ma'am, next.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening. Hope everybody's having a good evening tonight. I'm Stephanie Delia. I am the Executive Director of Little Haiti BK. I just wanted to share a couple of upcoming events that we have coming up. A Greener Little Haiti BK, which is one of our ongoing programs, is coming up this Saturday. It will be about 10 to noon. We paint and plant, and so we paint the pots together as a community, and we plant plants that are local to Haiti or that are just simply beautiful or whatever is in season. We do it as an activity together. So if anybody is interested, please check out our Instagram, which is where we post most items. As the organization Little Haiti BK, one of the things that we do is support with sanitation. We do that in two ways. We have a volunteer program that is called Combit, where we get together and we clean as a community, and then we have lunch together after. We had one last week. We have another one coming up. I think it's December 23rd. Don't quote me on that. I'll be back. I'll get the updated information about that. But we actually will be resuming sanitation, supplemental sanitation in November. And I just wanted to keep everyone updated that although January 1st is New Year's Day, it is also it's also Haiti's Independence Day. And so Little Haiti BK does intend to have a big celebration. Please follow us for more updates. And last but not least, we are going to have a Shop Little Haiti BK event, Small Business Weekend. So anyone's interested, also DM us via our Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Come on up, ma'am. Or someone else.
Happy New Evening, everyone. How you doing? I mean, that was a little dry. One more time. Happy New Evening. Y'all all right? Okay, I'm gonna be quick. I feel you. My name is Sabrina J. Lewis. I am an executive assistant at Haitian Centers Council. We're at 3807 Church Avenue, and we are Haitian centered, but we work with everyone that comes to our organization needing any kind of support with ESL classes. We have an immigration department. We have a wellness center, a mental health clinic, which we don't like to say mental health because people tend to run away. But we have a Be Well community is what we like to call it, where anyone is welcome to come on in and just join any of our groups if you have anything you want to talk about. That's our introduction. That's how we bring you all in, just so that you know it's a safe space where you can come in and just connect with like others, right? We have amazing events coming up. We have a toy giveaway happening in partnership with Flatlands Reformed Church and East Flatbush Community Partnership. There are flyers in the back on the table. We also have our immigration department is having a Thanksgiving workshop and dinner. It's a Be Well Thanksgiving workshop. And so you can come on out and get some information on how you can, well, be well. And we also have a Thanksgiving Day community meal in partnership with Flatlands Reformed Church. All right. Well, that's my time. I was quick, right? Okay, thank you. And we also have our agency flyers, HCC. So you want to go in the back and go ahead and get you the flyers so you can know all of what we do. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good evening.
All right, any other community conversation? Any other community conversation? Yes, you're not oh yeah, yes, you changed, I forgot. Go on, Ms. Lipkin. Ms. Lip, come.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Arno Lipkin. Can you hear me with the mic?
Use the other one.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. My name is Arno Lipkin. I've been here a number of times. I'm here from Connect IDCC. Also, we are a mental health clinic, but this program is very special. We have this program called Connect, which is an enhancement of mental health services. So we help with benefits, with vocational, with food, case management, and we also have a program called LSA Young People's Recovery. It used to be located on Eastern Parkway and Utica. Now they have joined us in the clinic. And this program goes from 16 to any age. We help people with substance abuse recovery. We partner with the DA's office. The peers, they go down to hearings. They accompany the clients to all kinds of appointments. We even have a special floor dedicated for the clients over here at the DA's office that helps with different services, GED, vocational. It's a great, great program. So this program is located within our office, Connect IDCC. So I do have some flyers in the back. Please feel free to look at them, and all the information is there. I just want to share, we have a Thanksgiving program. Another thing we do, by the way, is events. We do special events for the community. So we are doing a pre-Thanksgiving hot lunch resource fair. We will have a hot lunch. We have giving out books, clothing, and a number of different agencies will be partnering with us. Thank you so much, and everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, next.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing? My name is Bernard Skelton. I'm from the Family Enrichment Rising Ground, The Yard, and I just wanted to let the community know that tomorrow, well, Thursday actually, which is tomorrow, we will be giving out turkeys and holiday trimmings to 75 families at Sesame Flyers, 3510 Church Avenue. The event was a great success, and we look forward to giving out the turkeys and family trimmings to families in need and families that maybe just didn't have enough to go all around. And we're looking forward to the event tomorrow. We just had our women's group, our women's virtual circle last Tuesday, and it was a big success. We welcome more women to sign up and everything. Other than that, we look forward to the toy drive that we have going on since November 1st. And we have locations that you could drop off toys and donations. And we will have a Christmas party in conjunction with Sesame Flyers December 14th. Other than that, everyone have a good week. And I'm from The Yard, and we'll be in touch. Thank you.
Bernard, question, you said you given us 75 turkeys. Is this already, are you announcing it that people could sign up for the turkeys?
Well,
It's already decided?
Well, actually, I was just giving out the number of turkeys that already have been assigned. We actually, last time I was here, I promoted that we had turkeys for people to sign up for, but that quickly ended once all the turkeys was assigned. So I was just letting them know that we will be giving out turkeys tomorrow, but they're already assigned to
Gotcha.
families already.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.
Any other community? Already started, whatever. We'll now move to legislative session. I don't have the list on me, so I don't know who came first. So please line up right there and start talking. Legislative report. I know Dan was one of the first. I know I saw Portia. But I don't remember the order in which they came. Go ahead, come on up. You have 2 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Catherine, your liaison from the Brooklyn Borough President Office. First of all, November 11th was Veterans Day. I want to thank any veteran that's with us tonight. And I also hope that everybody has a meaningful Thanksgiving. We do have an upcoming event tomorrow. BP Reynoso is partnering with MTA to host an open house for the 2025-2029 capital plan at Borough Hall. And that'll be from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. The event, you will hear from the MTA leadership about how the plan will impact Brooklyn. You will also have an opportunity to speak to MTA experts about the plan, the fair discount program, and career and business opportunities. Also want to announce that Albee Square tree lighting will be on the 26th. We'll be partnering with Downtown Brooklyn Partnership to host the tree lighting at 5 p.m. There'll be music and light refreshments. It is an ugly sweater theme. And that's all I have.
Hey, thank you very much, Catherine. Next. Mr. Robinson, you're not joining the line?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Portia Edwards. I'm the District Director for State Senator Eleanor Myri's office. Thank you so much, Chair. This is what happens when you
Yeah.
complain for 2 years. We get moved up on the agenda. So I'm excited.
We can change it back.
No, no, please. No, please. Okay, so this past weekend, the Clean Slate Act took effect across New York State, which is absolutely amazing. It is a bill that the senator has sponsored and has been fighting for the past couple of years. It was signed last year, and it took effect this past weekend. Clean Slate will expand economic opportunity by giving more New Yorkers access to jobs, and it will improve public safety by stabilizing communities. For these reasons and more, Clean Slate was backed by the strongest and largest coalition in New York State and legislative history. We're so proud to have sponsored this bill. So if you know anyone who may need help, please feel free to reach out to our office and the DA's office for more information on how it can apply to those potential individuals. As stated earlier, we are in a drought as of Monday. Reported the state is in a drought, so be very mindful on how you're using water. If you're having any leaks, please try to get those fixed as soon as possible. If you see any leaks in the street through fire hydrants and stuff, please make sure you report it so we can save as much water as possible. This Saturday, we are having our Thanksgiving Harvest Fest. It will be on Lincoln between Nostrand and New York, which is right at the corner of our office. I will show the flyer to online because I don't think I have any here, so I think you guys can see it. There you go. You guys can see it? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to start at 1 p.m. Yes, we will have turkeys. It is first come, first serve. It starts at 1 o'clock, not 5 in the morning. So please don't show up at 5 and then complain to me that you've been waiting for too long. Just, it starts at 1. It's first come, first serve. If you have any questions about it, you can always reach out to our office about anything. It's 718-284-4700. My email address is pedwards@nysenate.gov. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thank you. I just want to remind all of our legislators, one of the reasons I didn't want to move it up is that our legislators often leave. So I'm just saying, give a little before you leave. Hint, hint. Next.
Hi, this is Rhea from Senator Kevin Parker's office. Good evening, everyone. Can you
Go
hear me?
ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Beautiful. Senator sends his remarks and apologies that he could not be here tonight. We are getting ready for a wonderful holiday season. If there's any support that is needed for those that are under-resourced, have food insecurity and the like, need assistance with heat or scree or anything of that nature, please do stop by the office. We are located at 3021 Tilden Avenue, phone number 718-629-6401. We are open from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Please let us know if you need support. My number is 516-984-0735. And we're here for you. Have a great holiday if I don't see you.
All right, thank you. The people online just have to wait. Thank you, Rhea, for making the announcement. We're going to do who's in person first, right?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You're giving your report. Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ayanna Williams. I'm the Chief of Staff for Councilmember Darlene Mealy, 41st District. Our office is located at 400 Rockaway Avenue. Our phone number is 718-953-3097. Every Monday, we have immigration services that are free. I encourage you to call our office to make an appointment if you need it. They do take walk-ins if they can squeeze you in. So again, I recommend making an appointment on Tuesdays. We have a gentleman that comes in that helps with housing. Keep in mind, he is a housing counselor. He does not help you find an apartment, but if you have issues with your apartment, he can direct you in the proper direction. If you need status updates on apartments that you've applied for, he can help you with that as well. Every second and fourth Wednesday, we have a representative that comes in to assist people with Housing Connect. So if you don't have a Housing Connect account and you would like to apply for apartments with Housing Connect, call our office, you make an appointment, and someone will see you to help you start navigating that process. Our Community Advisory Board meeting is this Saturday, November 23rd at 11 o'clock a.m. until 12:30 p.m. It's going to be at Eagle Academy for Young Men located at 1137 Herkimer Street. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Okay. Next, Mr. Heredia.
Yes, can she repeat that number? I'm sorry.
Yes. The
Yes, I'm
phone
sorry.
number or the address?
The phone number.
And you just give it to, I'm sorry. Just give it to Kwame. Just give it to him. He'll type it in the chat. Yeah, he'll type it in. Look in the chat. We're going to type it in the chat for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Daniel Heredia. I am the Legislative and Communications Liaison.
Got to speak up a little bit, Mr. Heredia.
Thank you. Legislative and Communications Liaison for Councilmember Farah Lewis of the 45th District. I'll try to be brief. The main things that I want to highlight this evening is a major development that you may have heard of that's happening within the City Council right now. Obviously, that would be a major vote tomorrow at the stated meeting for the City of Yes for Housing Opportunity. Firstly, I want to thank all of the community stakeholders from across East Flatbush and Flatlands for coming to our town hall informational session last month, where it was extremely helpful for Councilmember Farah Lewis, as well as the lawyers in our land use division, to hear directly from the people who live in our communities on how each proposal will exactly affect our community, both in Community Board 17 and 18, and what tweaks need to be made to ensure that we are promoting the development of new housing without overburdening our communities. I want to especially thank our Land Use Chair, Kwame Afre, our Commerce Chair, Hassan Bakruddin, and as well as all the efforts that we've done with Julia James on the rezoning efforts of last year. We've needed to convey a solid message to the Department of City Planning that we do not want to see the continued overburdening of development in our community without investments into infrastructure and to ensure that we protect some of the most vulnerable areas of this board. For instance, we have successfully negotiated with the administration on the exclusion of basement ADUs in our flood zones, which is a major part of the areas in Community Board 17 with the flooding that we've experienced earlier this year and last year. The curtailing of the parking requirement elimination, meaning that we know that a lot of folks in this community were up in arms about the fact that they were trying to make parking requirements optional. Even though it's extremely difficult, we've eliminated that requirement from the majority of Community Board 17. And we're also ensuring that town center development remains contextual to the character of our communities. We had a lot of folks who came to our town hall meeting expressing concerns that because we have certain commercial corridors such as Avenue D, Avenue J and K down at CB 18 and Church Avenue, that a lot of the proposals would have led to 5- and 6-story buildings being built right next to homes on wide streets. We already see how that's affecting our neighborhoods on New York Avenue, Brooklyn Avenue, Farragut Road, Glenwood Wood, and so on. So we got these successes done. Now, I can't say what the vote is going to be yet, because tonight, my boss is still negotiating with the administration on making sure that we're getting capital asks and we're also getting street repair investments to make sure that should new development in our community happen, they're being done with the necessary investments to make sure that our streets can actually handle them. On a brighter note, I wanted
30 seconds.
Yes. Tomorrow, we also have a major vote creating a Shirley Chisholm Day in the City Council. And Shirley Chisholm was a representative who covered parts of this board in the 60s, 70s, was the first Black and Caribbean legislator to be elected to Congress. We have a community event this Saturday that's going to be highlighting her at Nostrand Playground from 12 to 3. We encourage you all to be there. I have flyers in the back, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Robinson.
Good night, Dalton Robinson from the office of Assembly Member Monique Chandler Waterman. This past Saturday, the Assembly member hosted our usual virtual voice meeting. That's the platform she used to personally reach out to her or interact with her constituent. This particular meeting was very special. We had a very good turnout of veterans and seniors, and capped the day with a luncheon. We had the sanitation department and the parks department were there to answer specific questions from constituent. And I believe that they were happy to have the direct responses from the people who are in charge. Our office continued to integrate outreach with the community. And I just want to let you know that any information you need, playing it safe, I have some brochures, housing complaints that you have. If you pay rent, living in rent, civilized buildings, crime watch information, tips for seniors. We have as a small business organization, and we have all that information that we can share with you from our office. Our office is located at 903 Utica Avenue, 903 Utica Avenue. And the number is 718-385-3336, 718-385-36. If there is something that was left unsaid and you need any information, please call the office and we'll be able to provide whatever answer you're looking for. If we don't have it or we're not responsible for the question you're asking, then we will direct you accordingly. Thank you. God bless.
All right, thank you. Are there any other legislative person, representative here? All right, seeing none. The next item on the agenda is the public hearing. Mr. Chair Bakruddin, please step forward. Oh, roll call. I'm sorry, we're not there yet. Roll call. Mike, and then Mike. Yeah.
Hello. Afrey? Anderson? Antoine?
Excuse.
Bakruddin? Bellin? Boatswan? Brereton? Colon? Colin or Colin? Barrett. Absent. Cunningham? Daly?
Present.
Daniels?
Excused.
Duncan? Freeman? Galbraith? Graham? Ganderson? Green? Hill? Humphrey? James? Jason? Jones, Julius, Julius, Lewis, Lewison, Mark, Matherin, McCabe, McLean, Grant, Morris, present. Mohammed, Oluo, thank you. Uni, Odorago, thank you. Prasad, Pointer, Renault, sorry. Thank you. Roth, Shelby, Shelley, Smart, Stearns, Swaby, Sylvester,
Excused.
Thomas, Torson, Vigilante, Westcott, Wilkerson,
Excused.
Wood, Did everybody hear their name? Did I miss anyone?
Yes, Rhonda.
Your attendance is just officially marked absent because you have to be in person for your attendance to count. Our apologies.
No problem.
Okay. At this point, while he's seeing if we have quorum, there were no minutes sent out for October. We will be working on it diligently. Mr. Morris and I will be working, see how we can get that efficiently done and sent out. Let's go while he's walking up. Get past 26 yet?
32.
All right, so we have quorum. Mr. Chair?
All right, good evening, everyone. Hassan Bakrdin, Commerce Committee Chair. I know we have a lot of the businesses are here, so just be patient with us. Representatives for Mr. Agard. Mr. Agard, come to the front, please. Representatives for All Nations, Patant Sports Team, Waterfall Lounge, and the Hills Restaurant Bar, Inc. And I see Mr. Gordon, you can come on up, sir. Footprints right up here is fine. And is Spices and Slices here? Oh, there you go, Natalie. Come on up. Right up here. Right in one of these chairs here. All right. And I think that's it. Oh, and Primetime Events. Is Primetime Events here? No? Okay. So we'll start with Mr. Agard. Mr. Agard, you can start with All Nations and we'll go from there. Yeah, just right there. Yeah. Go ahead and present
Good evening,
yourself.
everyone. Start off with Kitten Sport Team. They're located at 502 East 95th Street. That's between Church and Wilmore. This is a renewal application. They've been in business for quite a few years and been coming every 2 years to get the renewal. So this is just their turn again.
Anything else for Pittston? That's it?
That's pretty much it, yes.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Agard from the board members? No question?
Are you only representing one or more than one?
No, he's got 4 that he's got to be doing. Okay. Go right ahead, Mr.
Okay, the next one is Waterfall Lounge Bar and Grill. That's located at 4703 Church Avenue between East 48th and Schenectady. This is an application that actually had came before the board last year. This is just an amendment that the SLA is requiring us because they have decided to add on the backyard. And so that's why this is here. Last night at the meeting, there was a couple of questions about the backyard, and I promised that I would have the answers for them this evening. I had said that the backyard is enclosed by 8-foot fence on 3 sides. And I sent some pictures to Mr. Bakadine.
You did. Yes, sir. And we forwarded it
showing
out
pictures.
to the committee as well. So they appreciated that, by the
All
way.
right, thank you. There's no music being played in the backyard. It's only going to be dining, and they're only going to be doing it really during the spring, summer, and fall when there's daylight.
Gotcha.
So, and they will close it at 10 p.m.
Gotcha. Oh, 10. Okay, good.
for the backyard.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry? I think they close 1 o'clock. I believe. But they close the backyard at 10 p.m.
Even in the summertime?
Yeah, because that's pretty much the standard fare for backyard venues. Yeah.
Great. Any other?
Yes. Next one is All Nations Restaurant and Lounge, Inc. They're located at 1091 Utica. They're really right at the corner of Beverly and Utica, and the other cross street would be Clarendon. Another longtime venue with this neighborhood and with this board. They go back many years as well, and this is also a renewal application for them as well.
Please note that on your agenda, it says new. It should say renewal.
Should say renewal.
And the last one is The Hills Restaurant and Bar. That's located at 4706 Church. That's between East 48th and Schenectady also. This is a venue that once had a liquor license. It was revoked during the lockdown for some violations that she had incurred. And she had lost the license. So that was roughly about 2 years now.
Yeah.
And so she's now looking to get the license back into that location.
Okay.
That's
great.
Ms. Doris Rodney, and
Yes.
many of you in this community know her as well.
That's right. Any questions for?
So what kind of license you trying to get? Is that, what is it, a new application?
Listen, this is going to be a new application for full liquor.
But why does it have temporary?
No,
Temporary.
because now the process is you can apply for a temporary at the same time. Before, New York City was only had to apply for a license if you weren't taking over an establishment that had one. You had to wait for your license and your application to get your license. Now they allow you to get a temporary within 6 weeks of applying.
Gotcha.
All right. Any other questions for Mr. Agar? Oh, go ahead, Mr.
Okay, now I was just going to say also, they had.
Gives a question. Member Cunningham.
Yes.
Can you use the mic?
Yeah, you got to use the mic. Cunningham.
You mentioned that the license were revoked for certain violations. Can you state what those were?
We discussed that last night at the other meeting that we had last night with Mr. Bakadine and the other members. It was during the lockdown, she violated she overcrowded. During the lockdown, as you remember, there was really no assembly inside. Everything had to be outside, either roadside or sidewalk. And you only were allowed inside if you were doing takeout. And even then, the numbers were restricted. But she held an event, she had an event that she had in her backyard of her establishment. And she got that violation, and the penalty for that was the revocation of her license.
That's right. All right. Any other questions? Okay, just want to mention that we have.
Sorry, First Vice Chair has a question.
What's that?
It's more, can you hear me? It's more like a comment. It doesn't matter what the violation is. It's 2 years past. And so she has, served her time, so to speak, and anyone can reapply after 2 years. So it's not a case where what happened, but she did her, if you want to say her time, and 2 years has passed, and they're allowed to reapply for a license. I just want to make that comment clear.
Thank you.
All right, just as a more of an informational piece, we always ask an incident report from 67 precinct for a year. For all nations, there were no violations at all. For Patent sports team, there was 2 actually. It was on 11/15/2023. There was 2 911 calls for alcohol causes, but it says it was closed. And that was last year sometime. Sorry, just get the rest of these here. It's the last 2. Waterfalls does not have any violations at all. Oh, sorry, it does, pardon me. There were 2 actually, 2 911 calls for an alcohol case, but it doesn't really tell you exactly beyond that. It just says the status is closed, and there was a complaint of protesters outside the location, and the status was that was closed, and that was also on 11/15/2023. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Agar.
Bobby.
All right. Yes, Mr. Gordon from Footprints. Go right ahead, sir.
Good night, Community Board 17. Robert Gordon, Footprints Cafe, located at 5814 Clarendon Road. I've been a member, I've been in business for 23 years, hopefully, God willing, 24, coming in January. It's been my pleasure to serve the community. And I just want to say, continue to support small business. And one of the things I wanted to mention to the board, which I don't often see this stat spoken about, but there's been a lot of closures of small businesses. And that's something that's never really mentioned at these meetings. So if you live in the neighborhood, I haven't actually done a count, but as I drive by daily, I'm seeing it more and more. So guys, just continue to support your small business. All right? I'm open for questions also, I guess.
Absolutely. Board members, any questions for Mr. Gordon from Footprints?
Support this establishment.
Okay, no questions. Thank you, Mr. Gordon. I appreciate that. And also, did you have a question?
The violations.
Yeah, I was getting ready to get to that. So in the 12 months, of course, also, there is no violations at this location at all. Everything is clear there. That's a good thing. But if there are no other questions, I guess that's it. Okay.
Is that, do we do spices and spices?
Yes, that's Ms. Lamming. Come on up, Ms. Lamming.
While she's coming, I just want to say that Footprints has been one of the cafes that have been very supportive of Community Board 17 and overall the community, long-standing person, approachable for anything that you need. So, I'm excited to see that they're coming back and staying in business for 23 years. Congratulations on that.
Hi, good evening. My name is Natalie Lamming. Spices and Slices is a Caribbean pizza shop that I opened for my 11-year-old son. It's actually his shop that I opened. As you can see, he works very hard. So,
hard asleep.
We are not new to the business. We have businesses in Crown Heights and on Flatbush. Just to follow up on what my friend Bobby said. When I opened this shop, I decided to stop gifting him parties. And I decided to take the money that I spend on the extravagant parties and secure a 10-year lease because he's 11. So in 6, 7 years, I can add him to a lease, I could add him to, et cetera, et cetera. My point that I'm making is we're trying to secure small Black businesses in the community and, not just Caribbean, but Black businesses, because like Bobby said, there's a lot of us that have been closed down from COVID. A lot of us are now seeing the strains of COVID, and I've been in the business since I'm 18 years old. I'm 47 years old. A lot of people, Bobby was my customer as a young girl. And I want to say that I'm seeing something that's going on in the restaurant industry that I've never seen since I'm 18 years old. And I've seen a lot. I've been a waitress, a server, anything that you can name it. And I know we do these platforms here and we're supposed to do the right things, but I just want you guys to know that right now it's real out there. And I know sometimes we do make mistakes because we're trying to do the best that we could do. And, we want to thank you guys for supporting us. This is my first time within this community board area. I'm excited to be on Nostrand Avenue. I'm applying for a beer and wine. It's not a very big place. We seat about 20. We're just trying to create an environment because it originally was supposed to be takeout, but we realized that people are welcoming us to the community. They've been supporting Sebastian. Everybody's supporting Sebastian, and they're actually coming to sit and eat and do their work. And, so that's why we're applying for the license, just to be able to offer them something, to drink. It's Avenue D and Clarendon. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Any other questions?
No questions?
Okay, hearing none. Great. Thank you so much. Just wanted to
Mr.
mention,
but-
hold on one second.
Oh,
Wanted to mention that the committee did recommend all of the businesses that are here. The only one that we did not recommend was Prime Time Events. They're not here anyway, so.
All right.
Thanks.
So it was non-concurrence on prime time, so they voted no.
Right, we voted no.
Okay, so you had quorum and they voted yes in favor.
Yeah, for everything
Thank
else.
you. All right, so Mr. Agard, please come forward. So we're gonna pull prime time. Right?
Well, he's not, you're not representing Prime Time, right? You're
No, I
representing
know.
Time.
You're not, right?
No,
I know.
no, Prime Time's not here.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. So, Mr. Bobby, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Natalie, please come forward to the front, just stand here. Okay, the committee has voted, right, to grant the recommendation for All Nation, Waterfall Lounge, Bar and Lounge, Pittance, and The Hill. Those are who you represented. They've also voted to recommend Footprints Cafe, as well as Spices and Slices. So we would like to vote for all at one time. Is there any that only member want to pull out of the voting? Is there any? Seeing none, we're going to take a vote on the recommendation of the committee. So if you agree with the committee to grant them the recommendation for the license, when your name is called, say aye to all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or if you're pulling one, you state that as well. Right, understand? You're voting on the committee's recommendation. Mr. Secretary.
Afray. Anderson. Bakkerton.
Yes for all.
Boatswain. Barrington. Cunningham. Daly.
Yes for all.
Daniels, Duncan, Freeman, Galbraith,
Absent.
Graham, Granderson, Green, Hill, Humphrey, James,
Yes.
Jason, Jones, Lewis, Lewison, McCabe, McLean Grant, Morris, yes for all. Olu, Uni, all. Undarago, Drago, thank you. Prasad, Renault, Roth, Smart, Swaby, Thomas, Vigilante, I didn't hear the second abstaining from. Okay. So 4 and 5. We're abstaining. And yes for the rest. Westcott?
Okay, did anyone not hear their name? While he tabulates the vote, right, with the next item on the agenda,
Thank you.
right? Yes, Dr. Renault. Can she get a second? Her motion is to close all other matters in front of the board to go and deal only in the executive session. No, the motion is only to do 11 for the rest of the evening and adjournment. Is there a second to the motion? Thank you, Tamara Thomas. Member Thomas, second the motion. All in favor of going into executive session for the remainder of the evening? Board members only. Only board members, please rise. If you're in favor of executive session, please rise. Only board members.
27.
All opposed, please rise. Any abstention? You're opposing? Okay, one opposition. Yeah, there, 6.
Or
Executive session, so 6, right? At the first page, resolution. Yeah, I would put it at executive session, to close all matters, or to close all matters. And then put second vice chair in opposition. All right, any abstention, please rise. Okay, the motion carries to go into executive session. At this point, any non-board member is excused for the remainder of the evening.
Have to give them the results of the vote.
Oh, yes, right. And also, I am going to excuse the district manager from this proceeding. Everyone else should leave.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. We appreciate you. We appreciate the legislative representatives for staying. We will, for those of you who apply for a liquor license, please hold. We'll give you a decision, and then we will dismiss you all, and we will move to the executive session. So just give us 2 minutes to finish tabulating the votes on liquor licenses. Everyone else, thank you all for joining. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we appreciate you.
license.
Oh, yeah, including those online. So if you're not a board member and you're online, you need to please, please, what is it? Leave the chat. I don't remember what the exact
If it isn't
expression.
clear, the board needs to conduct special business that is closed to only board members. So again, we thank you for attending, and for those of you waiting for the license decision, that'll come in the next couple of minutes.
Okay.
You good?
Both tallied, yeah.
Go ahead.
So
The vote, the tally for all of the liquor license are as follows.
All Nation, 31 yeses. Pitch Sports Team,
Pigeons.
Pitton Sports Team, 31 yes. Waterfall, 30 yes. Hill, 30 yes. Spices and Slices, 30 votes yes. Footprints, 31 votes yes.
All right, yes, you have to count the abstentions. You have to count the abstentions as well. So a couple of them had abstentions. Waterfall had,
So then the abstention votes goes to automatic to the yes then.
no, just, you have to call it, just call it.
With 2 abstentions
For
for Waterfall and Hill.
Okay, thank you. All right, the matter in front of us this evening has everyone, can we, Mr. Frey, or whoever's running the online, can we exit those people who are not board? Again, if you're not a board member, you must exit offline. Thank you very much, and please do enjoy your Thanksgiving. All right, the matter in front of us is again, those members online. Only person that should be online is Melanie Wilkinson, Nicole Julius, and Berlat Antoine and Khadijah. Everyone else, please log out. Again, Nicole Julius, Melanie Wilkinson, Khadijah, and Berlat. Her name is Khadijah. Oh, we only have one Khadijah? Okay, I thought it was you. I thought it was you. So Khadijah also. I thought we had. Okay. I thought it was your board member Khadijah. Sorry. The phone number, please. Also, the person at 3479 is who? They're gone? Also, you need to log out. Oh, well, we can't log out Sharif, right? Because she's the administrative thing on the thing, right? All right. So who's in the room? Who's Joanne? Miss Lewis. Yes. No, but they can't comment. All right, we'll be following, please close that door, Miss Honora. Thank you. We'll be following Robert's rules in this discussion. You will have 2 minutes to make a statement, and the dialogue, I'm putting 30 minutes on the dialogue. Right? 30 minutes on the dialogue. The time is now 8:55. At 9:25 is automatically adjourned unless a member raises their hand and asks for an extension of time. We are following Robert's rules. You will be able to, 2 minutes, speak in favor or in opposition to. All comments must be addressed to the chair of the board. You cannot respond to anybody's comment if it's not your turn, and we're going to use the mics. So please note the motion so now let's talk about why we're in executive session. Yes. Yes. It's a public hearing. Okay. So the matter in front of us is one of our members was substantiated for J.L. James, to be specific, Julia James. Okay, so we can close it down. So please shut it down.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're done, please.